Hi Aquarius, welcome to May. This is Teresa from tarotbytea.com. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space. Bells call in the angels. And I love these little bells. They're so delicate. But anyway, thank you also for liking my videos, for subscribing to my channel, for sharing videos. Thank you also for taking the time out to comment on the readings. I really appreciate the feedback. And for those of you who have ordered readings, thank you for your support. I really welcome them. I welcome working with you. I'm so happy that you honored me to choose me to do your readings anyway. And I'm glad that the readings are helping people. It really makes me feel that this work I'm doing is worthwhile. So keep it coming. Okay, so let's see what's happening. We have a new moon in Taurus on the 15th and a full moon in Sag, which is favorable to your sign, Aquarius, on the 29th of May. And some big sign changes. You know, Uranus moving into Taurus and Chiron moving into Aries. So there are going to be some shifts going on. Let's see what the cards say about Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? And anything else that may be important. What does Aquarius need to know for the month of May? What does Aquarius need to know for the month of May? What does Aquarius need to know for the month of May about love and relationships? Let's see what's coming up for Aquarius. The Page of Swords. The Hermit. The Nine of Swords. The Ace of Cups. The Justice card. The Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Tower, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. That's interesting. So you're having some changes too. Okay. Let me just see. Okay, so we start out with the Page of Swords and the Hermit. The Page of Swords can represent you needing to check into the details about something. Sometimes the Page of Swords can represent gossip or spying. So you want to avoid that. If you hear anything, check deeper into it. Don't just take gossip that you hear or rumors at face value. You want to check deeper. The other thing that the page can mean is you may have to have a difficult conversation with someone. The page can sometimes represent a challenging lover or a challenging relationship or a person in your life who's challenging. Could be a child even with the page. And the Hermit, I really feel though that you've been doing a lot of soul searching. The Hermit is a card of pulling back from socializing and taking time to really think about your life direction. So you may be doing a lot of that in May, where you're kind of like evaluating your life and wondering, okay, where do I want to go from here? What's important to me? What decisions do I need to make? How can I change my life so that it's more fulfilling? And the Page of Swords is encouraging you to really look at all the details, look deeper, and really figure out what it is you need. Sometimes the page can mean that people are watching you, that you're being, evaluated. So if you're looking for a new job, or even if you're in a relationship, people are watching to see what you're all about, and they're checking into your references, or they're checking into, or if you're having any kind of contractual thing, because you have the Justice card here, any kind of legal thing that's coming up, you want to check all the details, read all the fine print. The Nine of Swords in your past, you're coming out of, you've been under a lot of mental stress with the Nine of Swords. There could be something that's on your mind, something that you're worried about, something that you're up at night and you can't sleep. So some issue, it could be a relationship issue, or some problem that you're trying to find a solution to. With the Ace of Cups in the recent past, I feel like you have support. There could be a new beginning, a new creative project, or a new romance even, that brings hope, that brings a little bit of light into your life. A lot of times with the Nine of Swords, some of the things that we worry about may not happen. It may just be in your mind. It may be that you're just thinking of like the worst case scenario, and it may not even occur. So try to keep your mind positive. But you are thinking about a major rehaul in your life, major change. Because the Tower here is in your wish fulfillment. You want to break everything down and start over. It's almost like you want to wipe the slate clean. You want to get rid of the past and just have a new beginning. So you might be, cleaning out your house and getting rid of stuff that you've had for years. Or you might just be ending relationships that you've had for years and situations that you've put up with for a long time. And suddenly you're just like, I want something new. I'm tired of the same old, same old. I want to change my life in a major way. And so this Ace of Cups could be one part of the reason that you might have just started a new relationship, or there may be potential for a new relationship that's giving you like a new lease on life, a new opportunity to begin again, to, escape from the past, get rid of whatever's no longer working. So if something's been dragging you down or not giving you the joy that you deserve, you may decide to just eliminate it from your life and move toward the Ace of Cups. Now with the Justice card coming in the front in the future, this usually, in a mundane sense, the Justice means that justice will be done, that a fair outcome will be had, that favorable conditions are coming. If there's some type of legal issue, it will be decided in your favor. If you're going for a new job, you will get the job. A decision will be made that's fair to all parties. So if you're involved, even if you're in a breakup, if you're having a breakup in a relationship, let's say you're going through a divorce, there will be major change, but you're protected by the Justice card. There will be a fair outcome. You have the Two of Swords here and the Five of Swords. So I feel that for some of you, you might be on the fence with a decision. You're trying to make a decision, maybe whether to cut your losses and move on, because you have the Five of Swords here, which there are some, you may be experiencing someone's hostility, or you may have to just wake up to the fact that things have changed and what was once good is no longer serving you. And although you're trying to fix the situation, there could be a person who's been giving you a lot of grief. With this Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and you're worried about this person. You might be concerned that maybe there's something, some health issue. Something's not right with them, either mentally or physically, and you're worried about them. And you're doing a lot of soul searching, like, how do I help this person? How do I fix what's wrong? With the Five of Swords, there may be just built-in issues with this relationship that can't be fixed. So you have to ask yourself, can I live with this person the way they are? Because I'm not going to change them. I'm not going to fix them. If you're trying to fix someone or change someone, forget it. It's not going to happen. It has to come from them. As much as you have a big heart and you want to help the person, they have some issues that cannot be fixed. You have to accept them. It comes built in with the situation. So if you can accept that person and love the person for who they are, then you can proceed in the relationship. But if you realize that, I can't live with this person and their flaws. I can't live with this. It's something that's just not, I can't deal with it. I don't feel like I'm getting enough respect. I'm not getting enough love. I'm not getting enough, I don't feel valued. Then you may have to this is the card of cutting your losses and moving on, realizing I can't fight this battle. This is a battle I don't want to get involved in. Nobody is going to win. So if someone's pushing your buttons or trying to draw you into a drama, you may decide in May to just walk away. And you're going to make a decision because this is the Two of Swords, you're on the fence. You've kind of been hoping that they would reach out to you in some way. Because this is a card of waiting, like each person waiting for the other person to make the first move or to initiate something. Well, that's not going to happen because I think you're going to be the one, you have to initiate. You have to be the agent of change in this situation. So if there's an issue that you need to talk to, because sometimes the page can represent having a difficult conversation. So you may have to have a talk with someone. You have to sit them down and say, and tell them how you feel, and tell them what you expect from the relationship, and tell them what you need to be happy in the relationship, and see if they'll work with you. You have the Page of Cups in your environment. So you could be dealing with someone who has a childlike attitude toward love. Or it could also be, the Page of Cups can mean a lot of things. It can mean there are issues around a child that you're concerned about. For some of you, you might be worried about a child. Maybe someone's behavior is stressing you out and you're not sure how to fix it. It could be a relationship that you just met, because you have the Ace of Cups here in the page. So you might have just recently met someone new, and that's giving you a new way of looking at your life. Like maybe in the past you thought, well, I'm stuck in this situation, I'll never meet anyone. And now there's this new love, and you're starting to evaluate, well, why am I putting up with this Page of Swords when I could be with the Page of Cups, who's actually telling me that they care about me and giving me the love I need. So there could be, for some of you, there could be a new love that helps get you out of a bad relationship. It gives you hope. For others, it could be the birth of a child that changes your life in some way. For others, it could be a creative project, a new project on the job where you're using your creativity. And it's going to lead to major change, and it's going to be beneficial in the end. But with the Tower here in your wish fulfillment, the Tower, you may be existing in a situation that you've been putting up with for a long time. And you're thinking, okay, I'm just hanging in, I'm making the best of it. But it's really, you're going to get to a point where you're saying, I just can't do this anymore. I have to make a change. I have to get out of this oppressive situation. It's just oppressing you. You're not happy. You're not being valued. You're not feeling the love. So some of you may just break out of a relationship that hasn't been happy for a long time. When the Tower comes, sometimes it just sweeps away what's no longer working in your life, whatever's no longer valid. And then you have this King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles could be someone that is very stable, someone that comes into your life that is an improvement over this worrisome relationship. The King could represent an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If it doesn't represent the actual sign, the person represents someone who deals with land, real estate, who deals with money. Let's say if you're looking for a bank loan or some kind of financial support, who deals with, you could be an entrepreneur, business owner. Whatever it is, you're dealing with someone. It could even mean that you decide to sell property, or you move, you decide to change your residence in some way, or you're making major changes to the current residence, because the Tower is about breaking down and rebuilding. So there's something going on in May where you're breaking down and rebuilding your life in a better direction. And to do that, you may have just decided, you know what, I've put a lot of energy into this relationship, or I've put a lot of energy into this career path, and it's just not doing it for me. So I have to make major change. If I want to be happy, I have to almost get rid of everything and start over. Go into a whole new direction. And the Tower will help you do it. And you're going to have the support of this Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It's not like you're going to be doing it by yourself. There will be something new. I feel like there's a new relationship on the horizon that's going to help you get over a hump. That's going to help you make difficult decisions and help you get out of a situation that's just not beneficial to you. And it will be a fair outcome because you have the Justice card. The Justice is also a card of karma. So it's kind of like, okay, I've paid my dues. I've struggled with this situation for long enough. Now it's time for my karmic reward. So you are going to be forced to make a decision within a month. So probably by the beginning of June, you might be deciding what to do. But with the Two of Swords, it's really important that you lay your cards on the table, that you explain yourself, that you talk to a person that you're having difficulties with, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to reach out and say, look, Let's talk about this, because maybe you can change things. Maybe you can salvage something. There will always be something that you can't change. But if you're in a situation where you feel you're not being respected or you're being abused, then you need to move on. And if that person is not willing to validate your feelings or consider your feelings, then it's time to just cut your losses and move on. So let's see what the astrology has to say. And this King of Pentacles, it could be a new romance coming too. Someone who's much more stable and much more mature. Someone who really may not be as exciting, but down to earth, loves family, just a regular type of person. Someone that you could depend on, which would be a switch from what you've been going through in the past with all this instability. So the new moon in Taurus is challenging your sun. It's challenging you to have a new start, and it falls in your 4th house of home. So it's possible that you may be changing your residence or changing like the people that live. You have a new beginning. So either you're moving into a new residence or you're having a new beginning in the current home that you're living in. And this new moon is supported by Mars and Pluto, which are in your 12th house. So that could bring up some psychological issues. You may have to deal with some fears or some psychological blocks that you've been sweeping under the rug. Or you might be dealing with hospitals and institutions. Maybe someone that you know and love is not feeling well and winds up in some type of care situation, and you're worried about that. Or it could also be that you're just clearing out. The 12th house is a house of clearing out, and Pluto and Mars are giving you the energy to make these changes. It's like you can't hold on anymore to this baggage. You have to let it go. So it's a good time to go for counseling when Pluto is in your 12th house. And Mars is kind of activating it, because Mars is, and it's really supporting new beginnings. It's giving you the courage. Mars gives you the courage to start over, to make a new start. You have Jupiter in your 10th house right now. So Jupiter is giving you career success. It's giving you luck. If you're looking to change careers, or if you're looking for, now's a good time to be looking for a new job if you're not happy with your current situation. Jupiter brings luck. You have Neptune in the 2nd house, so you want to watch your finances. You may be spending money. Neptune kind of, without realizing where it's all going. So don't, you may have to set up a budget with Neptune in the 2nd house. And if someone comes to you with some money-making scam, or, it sounds too good to be true, you want to check it out. You want to check it. Don't just throw, because Aquarians are very future-forward thinkers. And, you may think, oh, this sounds like a great opportunity, and then you might be getting involved in a scam. So just check the facts, check the details. There's nothing, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But Mars is really stirring up your subconscious at this time. And it's bringing things to the surface so that you can deal with them and release them. But it's preparing you for this new beginning in Taurus. But it may not feel, because Taurus is in square aspect to Aquarius, it may not be an easy change. It may not be an easy new beginning. But it will be for the best. It will put you on the right path. So if you need to make any changes in your home situation, or even dealing, 12th house and 4th house, those are you might have to deal with some childhood issues. There might be some issues from childhood that you never really came to terms with, that you've been sweeping under the rug. So Mars and Pluto will bring them out, will bring them up into awareness. So you can finally come to terms with them and release them. The full moon in Sagittarius will happen on May 29th. And that's affecting your 1st house. Let's see, no. Your 11th house and your 5th house. So that's the 5th house. Well, the moon is in your 11th house. That means that some dream or some goal is coming to completion, coming to fruition. It may involve a creative project, because the 5th house is involved. It may involve a new love, new romance. Maybe you've just met someone and you decided, okay, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to, take action on this person. Like I'm attracted to this person, I'm going to, formalize this relationship in some way. The North Node is in your 7th house. The North Node has to do with karmic issues, your karmic path. So maybe you're finding someone that you really feel a karmic connection to. Maybe this person in your life is different than anyone you've ever dealt with before, and it just feels right to you. So it's helping you get out of a bad situation and move towards something better. You have Mars in your 1st house. Mars is right now, it's in Capricorn. At the beginning of the month, it's going to be moving into Aquarius, and that's going to give you energy. When Mars is in Aquarius, that's the time to really take action on your goals, especially now that Mars is going direct. Over the summer, it's going to retrograde, so it may slow things down. So you want to strike now. Start getting things in motion now. Venus is in your 6th house. That could bring greater harmony around in your job, and also you may be feeling better. With this new romance, if you get involved with a new relationship or a new beginning in an existing relationship, you're going to be feeling better about yourself. Venus sometimes can make you crave sweets. So in the 6th house, you want to watch your sugar. Don't take too much sugar. Don't eat too much sugary things. And Saturn in the 12th, you definitely have been feeling blocked. Saturn represents fears. When Saturn goes to the 12th, it's a time of clearing out. You have Saturn, Mars, and Pluto all in your 12th house. They're telling you, get rid of the garbage. Throw out whatever's no longer serving you. You have to face reality. You have to take responsibility for your health and for your life. And for not only your physical health, but your psychological health. So if you've been putting up with something, if you've been struggling with something, if you've been carrying heavy burdens, it's a time of clearing out so that you can have a new beginning as they move to the 1st house. And Mars is going to pave the way. Mars is moving into Aquarius before these other 2 planets get there, because they're slower moving planets. So Mars will be there first. Mars will, start the race, let's say. So now is a really good time for you if you're having any kind of issues at all with they say the 12th house is the house of hidden enemies. And really, more often than not, the hidden enemy is ourselves. It's our fears and whatever we're repressing from childhood, some childhood wounds that haven't been healed. So now is a good time to go for therapy and counseling and get at those hidden, delve into your subconscious. That could be the Page of Swords too. Look deeper, look beneath the surface. Don't just take things at face value. Check what's, hiding underneath the iceberg, in the unconscious. You may need to bring some things out so that you can heal them. Because you can't heal something if you're not aware of it. So this is a really good time to do some counseling, do some digging, and to heal those childhood wounds so that you can come into this new beginning without all the baggage from the past. So you could free yourself. I think that's more the meaning of this reading, is that you're freeing yourself from past wounds, especially as Chiron, the wounded healer, moves into Aries. It's going from Pisces to Aries. And Uranus is going from Aries to Taurus. So Uranus is shaking up things. When it changes signs, it's going to shake up wherever it's occurring. And in your case, let's see, where's Uranus? Uranus in Taurus will be in your 3rd house. So Uranus is going to change your relationship with your siblings, with relatives, brothers, sisters. It's going to change your communication style. You may get involved in technology. You may decide to start a website. You may decide to do more writing. You may decide to share your unique ideas with the world, because the 3rd house is about communication. And Chiron moving into Aries, that's going to affect your let me see, if you're Aries, no, Chiron's moving into the 3rd house for you, and Uranus is moving into the 4th. That could shake up your home life. Uranus in the 4th house will shake up your home life. Chiron, though, is the wounded healer. So now is a really good time to take action, to heal those wounds, to get rid of, whatever's been holding you back. Chiron's going to be helping you to make new beginnings. So you may have to talk about all those things that you swept under the rug all these years. But exciting changes are coming. I mean, you may feel like a new person when all this stuff is over. It's like you're starting a whole new cycle, a whole new life in May. And it starts in May, especially when Mars moves into Aquarius. It's going to give you that energy to make major changes. So release the old karma, tie up loose ends, leave the baggage behind, and start this new beginning with a clear slate, with a clean slate. And you'll do fine. So this is my forecast for May, Aquarius. I hope this reading was a help to you, and I wish you the strength to make the right decisions and the courage to face whatever's been holding you back and to release it, so that you can embrace new love and new joy in the coming months. And don't be afraid of change. Change is good. Gets us out of a rut. So I hope this reading was a help to you. If you'd like a private reading, just visit my website. The link's in the description, and we'll get you on the schedule. So in the meantime, enjoy May. Roll with the changes. Enjoy the new beginnings. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, thanks. Bye now.